Each post is level. The 2-inch angle iron goes on the ends. The 1-inch angle iron is support throughout. They're basically old bed frames that I've cut up, although the light brown ones are frames for shelving. They're all salvage. The blocks are salvage. The mortar and the rock are new. Ta-da! The first post is set. We came off the greenhouse, so we are parallel to the greenhouse. The first post always takes the longest, getting everything set up. And now we're headed to the next corner post. So here we are, everything nice and neat. Still got some raking to do, but the foundations are in. Well, it seems like it's taken forever, but here we go. Now, well, let's stay back here. So the goal is that the white here, these 4 posts, are all tied together, and that'll hold up any weight in the winter from snow. The ends are in. So the doors are next, and the wiggle wire. And then the east and the west ends. Then we can put the plastic on. Now, in my dreams, which is what it is right now, we'll see how time and energy and ambition goes. What I'm wanting to do is in here, I'm going to dig down this center part and put a little rock wall to make it look really cute down and connect up all these supports. So the floor will be in the center part, was going to drop down about 6 inches. All that topsoil that I put on there, I'm going to move out to the sides, and then I'll gravel and put some rocks in there. So that'll be nice. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way through it or just up towards the last, up towards these. And that would leave that last little bit as a planting bed. So it'd be like a U shape in here. So I'm working on that idea. And I'm thinking about maybe adding a little rock wall on the outside, putting some chicken wire down to keep the chickens out of here, and then having my ventilation plastic be on the outside. So it's coming together. Well, another day on the greenhouse, a couple hours anyways. So the wiggle wire is in on the bottom. You can see the channel down there on the bottom. And then the channel is going to go up this angled. So that left me with this part here not having any cover. So we took some plastic and wrapped it around the doorway, and then brought it over and wrapped it around the angle here. And then my channel is going to go on the top of that, and that will seal the ends really well. It took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do there. It keeps getting smaller on the inside. It seemed huge once. So this is the west side, and this part here is going to get a lot of wind. So the channel will do this, and then I'll put another board here to hold this part down. And this is my high wind side. Worst case scenario, this piece of plastic goes. It's not that hard to replace. So I thank my husband Carl Schwab for helping, and she's coming along. It's pretty windless today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be high winds. So we decided to put the covering on today. And it's the very last of the warm days. Then we put the wiggle wire in on one side, and then we'll pull the other side and tighten it and put our wiggle wire in. It's coming together. So you want to talk about the nick of time? I'm just getting done, and here comes the snow. So the greenhouse is battened down. I have a couple of spots down here on the front that are not airtight yet, but that's an easy fix. I listened to Gardening with Leon, and he talked about baling twine holding down the plastic. We had a huge windstorm last night. Took down trees, but my plastic never moved. Everything's looking good. I'm really happy. I have cinder blocks holding the ties down. They're not really holding down the plastic as much as the wiggle wire is. So here we go. She's looking good. Now, on the inside, we have a lot of work to do. Oh, out of the wind, so much nicer. So it's basically built out of scrap wood and a couple of 2x6s and 4 cattle panels. I put pipe insulation to cover up where I use tie wire to hold the panels together. We used used wood as much as possible so that we don't have to cut down trees we don't need to cut down. So everything is looking great. My fancy dandy stand in the middle should keep it from collapsing with snow. My windows have a chain, so they only open so far. I can pull the chain to close it. And as you can hear, the wind is whipping out there. And my plastic is not moving much. Thank you, Leon. So, there we go. 16 foot, 6 inches. 10 feet wide. They're up about a foot, foot and a half in places. And she's ready. Well, this part's ready. The next thing is to dig out a trail in the middle and build my beds. But I can do that on warm days this winter. I am incredibly happy.